Hey everybody, what's going on? Dustin here with another Histobrick model. If you're actually watching this now, I used to do NASCAR diecast reviews, but I'm actually going to go ahead and take a step back from doing that for, at least for this week, at the meantime, and focus on something else completely different. But don't worry, you will still see them in the upcoming weeks. So I figured since this is actually Lusitania month, and for those that don't know, I help moderate a Discord server called History Inside a Nutshell, and also help moderate the same YouTube channel as well. Feel free to check those out. I will leave links to them down in the description below. Check out our Discord where we just hang out. We talk about history in general and just have fun. So feel free to hang out with us. So today we are taking a look at the ship, the Histobrick model of the RMS Lusitania. So yes, this is the ship that excuse me, I was going to say it real quick. This was a ship that brought America into the First World War in 1915, but to be honest, America didn't officially enter the war until 1917. So this is the ship itself, and of course there's that little anchor crane in turn. So yes, this is the ship in its World War I colors, as you can see by the black funnels. Now it actually does include the gray funnels, to which I will show you right away. So here's a little manifest card right here, the insurance tag, and ignore the little lifeboat thing. Ignore the yellow lifeboats on here, the section. But this is actually for the Lusitania. Now, it was conflicting whether the Lusitania had dark gray funnels or black funnels during its final trip. And for those who don't know, Lusitania was basically on a eastbound trip from New York to Liverpool before U-20 spotted the ship on May 7th of 1915, shot one single torpedo, and it hit aft right here. Now, there's actually a reaction video that I did take a part of that is going to be on the History Inside a Nutshell server that will be uploaded on the YouTube channel. It is done by Jack Gibson. So Jack, if you're actually watching this, love the animation. So let's take a look at the ship itself. So right now we're actually viewing from starboard, and as you can see here, and for those who don't know, this ship is actually built like a warship. This was actually built in Scotland, and then later had its main voyage in 1907. And this ship right here and the Mauretania were actually became in response to another shipping company you possibly heard of called the White Star Line to build their own class of four-funnel ships, which is the Olympic, the first of its class, the Titanic, and the HMHS Britannic, even though that was its official name. So as you can see, there is no raised platform for the forecastle deck. It's basically anchor crane and cargo cranes. And the one thing I actually do love about this ship is there's no stickers. No Histobrick. Tom from Histobrick actually does a great job using printed parts. And as you can see right here, where the superstructure is, you can actually see the orange and the white actually being printed on. And this is actually just one whole assembly, not jumbled up, not basically in a big mess. So here's actually Lusitania's name on here as well. Now, it is unknown if Lusitania did not have their ship's name on it or not. So basically this is depicting that it did. And of course the 4 black funnels. Here's the bridge itself right here. This is where Captain William Turner was swept off And nobody actually expected him to survive, and then all of a sudden, he actually had to go to the inquiry, and he was actually scrutinized for refusal to follow orders from the Admiralty. And as you see the numerous vents on here, now Lusitania and Mauretania actually have like a mess of cowl vents that are actually up on their deck. And of course, lifeboats all around. Now, for those that actually don't know or don't know their history of the ships, when Lusitania was first set sail for its maiden voyage, it really didn't have all these lifeboats that were actually on deck. Only these were not there, and the other three on the other side were not there. It only took the Titanic to get caught and sinking. And here's this promenade deck up here. And of course you got this little island right here. Island structure. Also have the stern docking bridge too. And of course, the Lusitania when it was constructed, actually had turbine engines. Not reciprocating engines, but 4 turbine engines. And it's all right down here. So here's the other side of the ship. Actually, let's take a look at the stern real quick. So here's the stern of the ship, which is basically actually pretty well built. Now this ship was actually, it was a little bit difficult at first, but once you get more and more built in, the reward itself is basically the final product itself. And if you actually do notice, this ship was actually classified as an auxiliary cruiser, for those that don't know. And basically, the British government actually helped funded the ship to be built, and if needed, and in time for war, it could be this ship and the Mauretania to be requisitioned to be armed troop ships or armed merchant cruisers. And here's the port side right here. And for those that actually don't know what terms I'm talking about, this is the bow right here. A raised platform will be the forecastle deck. The side we're looking at is port. Stern would be aft. This is the midship right here. And you're just learning some ship terminology at this moment. So I'm going to go ahead and basically see if I can take this bottom part off right here, the anti-fouling. So I'll be right back. So here's the Lusitania. Now this is basically like a waterline model of the ship itself. Like if you want to display this without the anti-fouling, you could do it like this. But I just like to have it displayed with the anti-fouling, just to just a little bit more better, and actually much more presentable. So here is actually the underside of the deck. Now this ship is powered by these boilers right here, and each of these boilers goes up to each of the 4 funnels. Now when I do the Olympic one in the future, or any Olympic class ship, you will notice that Olympic class does have 6 boiler rooms, and the rest is taken up by the reciprocating engines. These are the turbine engines right here, which is located in the back of the ship right here. Now, the Lusitania is actually not the first ship to have the turbine engines. The first ship in history was actually called a Turbinia. And my door just opened up. To have the reciprocating engine. And to this day, the Turbinia is now in a museum. So when the torpedo hit, it was basically right here. Now this actually has longitudinal and transverse bulkheads, which means that you will have bulkheads and split up. And check this out, the coal bunkers are actually alongside of the ships, not basically between the boiler rooms like what Titanic had. And to this day, the story of the secondary explosion, we don't know if it basically came from the coal dust from inside one of the coal bunkers, or basically, as what many people actually do talk about, there were munitions that were on board with the Lusitania, and basically from what I've learned about the Lusitania is that they actually put secret compartments in case of an event. If the ship gets raided by Germans, they would actually store the munitions or weapons inside these secret compartments. But were they proven? We don't know that. Just like the secondary explosion, we cannot prove it. But then again, we can only speculate. So, and I think that will be all for this Histobrick review right here. So, if you like this video, leave a like, comment on here, subscribe to this channel, and also subscribe to my best friend's account or channel, which is History Inside a Nutshell. Says some support for her work. So anyway, and also join the Discord server. I will link it down in the description below. So, anyway, my name's Dustin, and I will see you guys in another video.